Hi guys, I thought I would put together a little video for some Ameritowne practice, even though things are a little bit different and social studies is technically not a subject that we're going to do a whole lot with. I figured these were already printed out and it would be good practice both for math and social studies. So this is not a required assignment for you to do, but it would be good practice if you have the time or if you're bored or you have some free time. So this should have been brought home in your packet of stuff from Monday, March 30th. So my thought was to go through a couple of these with you, and then as you have time or are able, you can finish it and then double check it with me. So on the first page, you will see different tasks, either getting money or paying money. Second page are some blank checks. And then your third page is the most important page, the check register, to make sure that you are aware of where your money is going and how much is going where. So, to start with the first one, you have just recently deposited $250 in your checking account. Record that on your check register. So I'm going to go and do that right away. So check register, if you remember, is this one. So I'm just going to use today's date. It was not a check, so I don't need to fill that part out. But today is March 31st. Paid or a deposit, it was a deposit. Reason, we don't have a reason. If you do have a reason, you would put that there. It's not a check, but it is a deposit, and it was $250. So I'm adding. And because I had no balance before, my balance would just be $250. Then it says, next, follow the prompts below to pay some bills. Remember, write your checks first, then record that information on your register. Easy way to remember that. The check page comes before the check register page. And then it says all the transactions occur this year. It is 2020, not 2019, obviously. So you can change that. So I will go through and do at least one of these. Again, this is not a required assignment, but just something that if you have time, it might be worthwhile to try. So the first transaction on June 8th, you go to the movies at Fox Theater with a friend and write a check, check number 1 for $12.50. So I know my date. June 8th. Oh, if you remember, we have to fill out all of this stuff. So, following our Ameritowne rules, you would do just your first name and last initial. Account number, again, you can write whatever you'd like. Check number 1, the date they gave me was June 8th, 2020. And then it was for the Fox Theater. So I would put their name on the pay to the order of, and it was, I believe, $12.50. So I'm going to write that as $12.50. And then if you remember on this long line, I'm writing it out in cursive, and I want to make sure that I'm starting at the very edge of my line and going all the way to the end so that nobody can put in anything else. So 12. And remember, I have cents, so instead of putting 0 on top, I need to put my cents amount. 50 over 100, fill it all in. And then this time I could write what it's for if I know. And this time it just says movies with a friend. So I could just write movies. I could write movies with a friend. And then your signature. Now in real life, you'd be doing this in a pen, so people cannot erase your work. But because this is schoolwork, we'll use a pencil. But before you go to the next transaction, don't forget that you need to log this in your check register. So I did write a check, so it's check number 1. I wrote it on June 8th, 6/8, and it was paid to Fox Theater for seeing some movies. Then the amount of my check was $12.50. I didn't deposit anything, so I'm going to leave this part blank. But then this time I need to circle minus. It's coming out of my account. And I want to line up my numbers, my place value. So I know when I subtract, totally okay to be crossing things out. Can't do 0 take away 5, but I can't borrow from a 0, so I'm going to borrow from a 5. But I still can't do that, so that's a 9. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 2 is 7. 4 minus 1 is 3. And 2. So my account still has $237.50. I will not go through the next one, but as you wish to go through these, if you're finding you need something else to do, this would be perfect. If you do get through all this, I would love to see on the bottom, what is your final balance? How much money is still in your account?